Yeah.
But when you got guys coming into MMA, man, they some of them have no athletic experience, no development. They just come straight out of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is it's not a ground based. And from a strength and conditioning position, it's not a ground based art. Like meaning you don't have to plant your foot and turn and move. They don't have those. They don't have the skills of locomotion. You're talking about push pull, level change, locomotion, and what the hell is rotation? They don't have it. So you said, I watched you. I said, this dude is spending all this time getting these people to understand locomotion. Like 90% of your work with some of the need to be better athlete fighters. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Preach on. Go ahead. Let's see it.
You have to spend time with locomotion. And they're like, well, I don't know why. I know people are watching saying, I don't know why he's doing all that football training for. You don't understand what you're looking at.
Oh, no.
The bottom line is for you to be able to. For you to be this is locomotion. It's just locomotion in your world. And if you don't feel comfortable with locomotion, and if you cannot balance on a single leg, you cannot do anything standing.
That's it.
I try to tell people, I even told my son, when it comes to running, you're only running on one leg at a time.
Yep.
When you shoot, you're shooting off of one leg, and then you're transferring off of that. If you cannot plant your foot on the ground and get some good ground force and transfer that through the rest of your body, as an athlete, you suck.
Yep.
Thing about it is that people who do a lot of jiu-jitsu and a lot of groundwork, they're sitting there scooting on the ground.
Yeah, they don't have that. They have no force into the ground at all, ever.
And what happens is when they get tired, they're going to go to the most natural neural pathway that they've created. So when they get tired, they hit and then they fall to their back.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's their ability. that's their ability to rest. And if you've ever been to a judo practice or jiu-jitsu practice, the athlete will present themselves to the coach and say, in judo practice, they say, man, coach, I hurt my knee. He said, cool, you do stand up today, don't do any groundwork. And if you're in jiu-jitsu practice, you say, man, coach, I hurt my knee. He says, cool, man, don't do any stand up, just do groundwork.
Yeah.
Right.
Stay in your back.
Right. It's because that's where they feel most comfortable. That's where they feel the safest. The thing about it is that you'll find out the people who do a lot of jiu-jitsu, they present with very, very weak posterior chains.
Yes.
They present with weak quads. They present with low squat numbers. Yeah. They present with low VO2 max if you test them on a running test, or you test them on a time mile, or you test them on a beep test.
Yep.
They're very, very good in terms of
grappling
core, the strength of their core in one plane. But it's not the one that we need in order to fight.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, what's the best skill for fighting? So it's fighting. Because I have bias, I tell them judo.
Yeah.
They say, well, wrestling. I say, wrestling, judo, jacket, no jacket, pajama. Both of those are going to be the best, and it's not based upon the skill. It's based upon what that level of skill requires you to develop, and then what I can use in the mixed martial arts environment. That's the difference.
That's what I was going to ask you too. Is like a lot of people ask me this, just basic, because a lot of them just think of me as an MMA coach, MMA strength and conditioning coach. They don't know that I work with boxers and judo and football and baseball and all these other sports. And what I tell them is like, well, what do you think is the best base to have for an MMA fighter to come into? I said, man, he's got to have a base understanding of movement quality. Like if they as kids did gymnastics or dance even,
which is the best,
and then you throw in, you throw in judo, you throw in wrestling, one for the grit too. I believe in mental fortitude, especially with the practices that they go through, but also understanding how to distribute their weight properly, and then and put force into the ground with a shot or with a throw, and understanding how to move their hips,
with the desire to. So you get rocked or you get off balance in some in jiu-jitsu, you just go down.
Yeah.
With the other two sports, you find a way to maintain the integrity of your positioning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is tough, which is why you got to do the single leg and you got to push them and they got to balance and this stuff that should be simple that you have to coach at that level. Yeah. Like you damn near got to play hopscotch with these kids. You know, they got to jump. Like
literally.
Literally. So when I look at it, it looks like it's almost, you know, from a strength and conditioning standpoint, it's rudimentary work that you would not even have to give like if you go to Thomas Aquinas High School in South Florida, you don't got to do some of that work.
No.
Now other high schools you might, but at that one you don't. At that high school we can get after it.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure.
It's different. Mm-hmm. The quality, like you said, the quality of movement, the athletic development, because they don't move up a standard chain to enter into the thing, they don't get it. Well, when people ask you that question, the one thing that's the same in all those sports that baseball, boxing, judo, wrestling, that jiu-jitsu really misses is the element of rotation. There's no training done in the transverse plane. So that means their punching power out the gate when you get them is already compromised.
Yeah, there's no shift, there's nothing, there's no rotation at all. It's true.
There's no rotation at all.
Yeah, and you know, obviously it also comes with the inability to rotate through the scap and through the shoulder, like you talked about.
Correct.
Because they're just kyphotic in nature, right?
Exactly. So they come right, and that's who they need to be for that sport.
Yeah.